board. So, okay, cool. Cool. So yeah, like I said, I'm super stoked to have you guys on. I'm super stoked to have you on. I'm super stoked for the new record you guys have coming out. That's coming out towards the end of the month, right?
Yeah, June 25th.
Yeah, yeah. So that's cool. You guys, I remember the last record you guys did. It's been kind of a hot minute between records, but the
Mhm.
last record was really cool. What is kind of different from this record versus the last one?
Well, the difference, this one we got together with Marty Fredrickson, and Josh and I, we demoed for the majority of 2020, and during lockdown, during quarantine, during the pandemic. And what we did is we got a new record deal and paired up with Marty Fredrickson, who we had worked with on 15, an album we did 15, and I think Black Butterfly, and also All Night Long. And it was really good to be back with him. But we went for some writing sessions in Nashville, and then a couple weeks later, just went and recorded the album with everybody. But yeah,
That's cool.
that's the main difference. Also in the fold now is Billy Rowe. He's a new guitar player. You might remember him from a band called Jet Boy.
Yeah, I did recognize the name. I couldn't remember where from exactly. What's it been like, I guess working with him? How did he kind of end up joining the project?
Um, well, it's during 2020, Kevin Rentgen, he decided he needed to be home with his family more. And sorry, I'm kind of out of picture. Anyway,
It's like
um, yeah, Kevin wanted to be home with his family. There's a lot of
fair.
touring's pretty demanding. Being in this band is pretty demanding. So um, we understood, and we went our separate ways. And then Billy, we've all known since the early '90s. Maybe even before, but. I had certainly seen him before then. He was playing with Jet Boy, and they were playing with Guns N' Roses around town. And I called him. We were in touch, and I was like, "Hey, what do you think about?" Because he's got that. He takes care of the side of the guitar that I don't. He plays slide. Um, he's very Joe Perry, Izzy Stradlin, that kind of thing. So.
Right.
Um, yeah, it's a good match, and he's a rock and roll historian, and he's just easy to be around, because on the road, there's 22 and a half hours in the day you got to be around somebody else, so they have to be easy to get along with.
Oh, for real, for real. I do a lot of touring photography, so I find a lot of the time I'm by myself,
Mhm.
or I'm constantly surrounded by people. So like it's either one or the other on my end of it.
Yeah.
So definitely when it comes to being around, you have to have a good camp around you. You have to be able to kind of be able to chill with other people. So that's cool to add somebody new to the camp that fits in and you all are kind of fits the vibe of the camp. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, he's in the same age group, same experiences, grew up on the same music, so that's all a great start. Yeah, I couldn't think of it because we could have picked anybody in here in town. There's a lot of guitar players that are available, and we just needed somebody that we could really be on the same page with, same wavelength. So
Same wavelength and kind of complete the project per se and add something to it,
yeah, sure,
add to the vibe kind of.
yeah.
So you mentioned that worked with a you guys have been working with a new producer on this record, Marty, and he did some work with Aerosmith. I'm pretty sure he's done a
Yeah,
lot of like their stuff.
yeah, he's tight with Steven and Joe, and yeah, he's worked with a lot of people, Ozzy Osbourne, Mick Jagger, and I think even Faith Hill. Oh no, Carrie Underwood. So he's written a lot of songs, a lot of hit songs, and he understands us, and he understands our process, and we understand him. So without a lot of talking, we get a lot of work done. We're just in,
Yeah.
as soon as we get in the room, we're working, and we're all laser focused on the same goal. We're locked arms, and we're like a freight train running to you know
Yeah, that's always good to be able, like you were talking about, adding kind of a new person to the camp too. That's always good to be able to work with somebody on new music that understands you. You don't have to constantly be explaining, and you guys can kind of
exactly.
vibe off of each other, for lack of better terminology.
I mean, that's exactly it. So yeah, we love Marty, and I can't. It's hard to imagine not working with him now. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna guess that he's gonna be part of the process. From here on out. So
Yeah, and just keep rolling with it. I mean, don't fix it if it's not broke, right? It
right.
works out.
Well, it's not even just working. It's like it's doing great right out of the box. The album isn't even out yet, and our numbers are better than the last three albums. So
Right, right. I know you guys just released that new single. I've actually been playing on the station, So Hot. And I've been noticing it's been getting a lot of really good feedback from everybody. So the video for that was actually kind of really cool. It kind of was more of a, I don't want to say basic approach, but it had more of, it wasn't like super complex, but it was really interesting to watch too. So I kind of wanted to talk to you about what went into kind of the making of that video.
well, we got with a friend of ours, Curtis, Castor Troy. He's out of level. He's out in Las Vegas, Level 8 Studios, and we've done three, four. We did on the last album, we did the radio song with him. So check that one out. But
I love that song.
we've already done 3 videos for this new album. They're in the can. We're releasing them one by one, one a month, and he's just a great guy. Again, easy to work with, and we're all on the same page without having to do a lot of talking. But you'll see the next one is Hellbound. It'll be out next month.
Stoked. I'm super stoked to see it. Yeah, no, that's awesome to be able, you guys seem to be lucky and be able to work with people that you don't really have to like talk to a lot. Cause I know when I'm doing project with like different bands with photo shoots, the less talking that usually goes on, the better. Because that means that we're just organically getting the products that we want to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good process. He knows what he wants to see. He kind of positions us where he wants us to be, and we're allowed to just be us. You know what I mean? So I think it's a good fit. And
Right.
in the song, you see it's a simple premise. It's about the way a lot of people, not just girls, but a lot of people are with their social media. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's I don't know if it's so much a social commentary, but it's just like an observation on how much importance that everyone puts into their own page on Instagram or TikTok or even Facebook. It's like it's everything to a lot of people.
Yeah. No, a lot of people do put a lot of I guess energy into their social media to, for whatever reason that might be, whether it's to promote whatever, or you're just trying to get, I don't want to say attention, but you're just trying to like validate whatever. You're just like, I mean, I know I'm even guilty of that. Like I'll be like, oh, I'm having a bad day, I'm gonna like put up a like photo or something to hopefully get some attention to make myself feel better. I think we're all kind of guilty of that to a point too.
I mean, I know a lot of people are promoting something, but there's a lot more people promoting nothing, and if you go to their pages and you just see a lot of the same selfie, same angle, kind of, hey, like, and it's, and I don't know.
It's like the fuck boys on Tinder to a point. I'm not trying to go off on a tangent, but like it's like the fuck boys on Tinder where it's like either that like super close photo or it's like the one that's like up like this. It's like, what are you doing?
I don't know about the fun boys on. He said fun boys.
I called them fuck boys.
Oh, fuck boys. Yeah, no, I don't know about them,
I
but
see them all the time on my Facebook feed too, and I'm just like, what are you guys doing right
yeah,
now?
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about, you know what, it is at the end of the day. Buckcherry is a band that's like, we bring a good time. We like to have fun. You know what I mean? Come to the Buckcherry show. Let go for an hour and a half. You know, there's
And
not.
vibe.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I photographed one of you guys' shows a couple years ago. It was in 19, I think. Yeah, it was in 2019. You guys played at Jurgles in Pittsburgh, and you guys killed it that night. It was super dope. And I remember the crowd was just so chill and kind of dancing, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's we get all kinds, but yeah, thanks. Love Pittsburgh, but
Yeah.
yeah, Pittsburgh, yeah.
Yeah, that was Pittsburgh. You guys are actually playing up. I recently moved, so like I'm more on like the other side of PA. I think you guys are playing in Stroudsburg the week of my birthday,
Oh,
in July. I'm pretty sure you guys are playing the Sherman. I think it's
oh,
something like that.
love the show. It's Sherman Theater, yeah.
Yeah, I like that place. I love Stroudsburg. It's such a cute, like little town with like cute record shops and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know if that I've gotten out in the neighborhood and walked around there, but yeah, I'll definitely make a note and get out and about.
Yeah. Stroudsburg's really cool. I definitely 10 out of 10 recommend. There's some really cool little like hidden gems in Stroudsburg. So
All right, done. I'm
just
in.
to kind of keep that in mind. There's a really cool like kebab house that's like down the street from the theater too.
All right,
So yeah,
awesome.
it's really good. It's really good. So take mental notes of that because that place is
All right,
really awesome.
sounds good.
But yeah, so you guys just obviously we're talking about tour dates. You guys just dropped like a shit ton of tour dates, if I'm just gonna be blatantly honest with you.
Yeah,
How's it
I
feel
think
getting back out there after being stuck at home for a year?
yeah, yeah. We were home for most of the year. I think we only played 5 or 6 shows, but out of the gate, Larry Mazer and crew booked over 100 shows for us through the summer, through September or October, and it's all U.S. I think, you know what, I take that back. I think some of it's Canada, and we might head into Australia. I don't know if they're going to stick, uh,
Mm-hmm.
but it's penciled in there. So
Yeah,
yeah, we're starting off in Oklahoma, I believe Tulsa maybe, and then we're going to zigzag, through Texas, make our way through, towards Florida, and then go north. I know that we're in the Chicago area at the end of August, but all the tour dates are at buckcherry.com. All the all the links to whatever service you use to stream or buy music, all of that's there at buckcherry.com.
that's awesome. Yeah, and I 10 out of 10 definitely recommend everyone to go check out Buckcherry on the next tour because that show in Jurgos was absolutely wild. It was such a good night. So I'm definitely super stoked to see you guys again this summer.
Yeah, well, you have to definitely come out and shoot the band.
Definitely. I'm super stoked about it. It's going to be a lot of fun for sure.
Yeah.
And the last thing I kind of wanted to talk to you about was kind of how you ended up in the band per se. Because I was kind of reading up on you a little bit more when I asked you to come on the podcast. And I don't know why, but I always assumed you were like an original member of the band. And then I realized that you came in like during like right when Crazy Bitch dropped. So I just kind of wanted to talk about how did that kind of happen? How did you and Josh kind of cross
Well,
paths?
uh, I met Josh in like '91, and we were roommates. We worked together at a place called Aardvarks in Venice, and it was a used clothing store. Anyway, we ended up sharing an apartment with his sister, and we tried to make music back then, but we had some, I had a drinking problem. I'll speak for my for me, that I had problems, issues back then, and I keeping it together. And so I've known him since then. And around '97, I started working as a hired gun for a band on Warner Brothers. and I would go from band to band or deal to deal until about
Right.
2000, let's say 4. And at that point, Josh was on the road with his solo band. And he's like, yeah, can you come out and help me out here? So I ended up playing guitar for that. And then that folded in, let's say, early 2005. And I got a call from Keith saying that Josh and Keith were putting Buckcherry together for a show at the Key Club. Would I like to come and play guitar? So that was the start of it in 2000. So what we did is we started writing, and then they were like, well, let's make a go of this. Bring your rent on Tuesday. And we just started writing for what would become the album 15. And I guess the rest is history, you know?
That's awesome. No, that's really cool. Yeah, I was kind of wondering how that worked out. So yeah, no, that's a cool story how you kind of just ended up. I find that how that happens a lot with some bands, how it's kind of like, oh, hey, come do this one gig with me, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, 10 years later, I'm still here.
Yeah, 15 years later.
Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, I mean, it was, it's been a lot of ups, a few downs, you know what I mean? But yeah, overall, this experience has been amazing, so.
That's awesome. I'm super stoked, and I'm very glad to see you guys finally still releasing music. I'm very stoked for this record to come out next month. And you said everyone can find all Buckcherry at buckcherry.com.
Everything Buckcherry at buckcherry.com, or you can go to Facebook /Buckcherry, facebook.com/Buckcherry, or Instagram. Everything's on all platforms.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on with me, Stevie. I really appreciate it.
All right. You have a great day.
All right. You too, man.
Bye.
See ya.